Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for Financial Literacy Month, we have Andrew Crowell, Financial Advisor and Vice Chairman of Wealth Management at DA Davidson, to discuss the signs of financial fraud and how to protect yourself and loved ones. Andrew, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Thanks for having me.
You got it. In April is Financial Literacy Month, and one of the biggest threats to financial wellness can be financial fraud. What is considered financial fraud?
Well, simply put, financial fraud typically happens when someone takes money or other assets from you, either through deception or some type of criminal activity. Examples that we see come to light most frequently, these are unexpected phone calls, emails, texts, anybody asking you to verify personal information, sensitive information over the phone, urgent requests to send money to help a loved one who might be in distress. In fact, my late mother, she even received a phone call from somebody purporting to be her nephew, or I'm sorry, her grandson, rather. He said he did a voice impersonation. He said he was in a jail in Mexico and urgently needed $5,000 to be able to get out of jail. So unfortunately, it's on the rise, and we see it happening all the time through various channels.
Just how common is financial fraud?
More common than we would like. DA Davidson recently conducted a survey, and we learned that 1 in 5 Americans has actually been a victim of financial fraud, 22%. And another third said that they have a family member that's been a victim of financial fraud. We're unprepared for it. When we ask the question, do you feel confident that you could detect fraud, financial fraud, when it's happening? And we learned that only a third actually felt confident that they could identify and detect financial fraud when it was happening.
Andrew, what are some signs individuals should watch out for either themselves or for loved ones?
So as I said previously, any form of unsolicited urgent request. These happen all the time, often in email form. It looks like you must take action or you must submit some information quickly. Or something bad's going to happen. Criminals do this to try to bait you into doing something without thinking twice about it. Being asked to verify sensitive information over the telephone, that's just not the way companies operate. It's not the way the IRS operates, and yet it's the way criminals are operating. Being asked for unorthodox methods of payment, somebody who wants to be paid in gift cards or in cryptocurrency. These would be warning signs that somebody's antenna should be up if any of that ever happens. If something sounds too good to be true, it likely is. And so we would encourage your listeners, trust your gut, verify with a financial advisor, ask if this is a scam, ask a professional who's dealing with financial fraud on a daily basis and trying to protect people's assets. They have all sorts of tools to help them screen out and advise clients on what not to do to get themselves in trouble financially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Even if you go to send a Zelle these days, at least I bank with Chase, you have to go through this whole checklist, check off that you know that this is where it's going. If you buy a gift card in the stores, you have to go through a whole procedure now too. So they're trying to protect the public, but what other steps can you take to prevent financial fraud? I
really advise people to consult with a financial professional. Could be a financial advisor, a CPA, could be an estate attorney. But if somebody's getting an urgent request to take some action, before they take that action, first ask for it to be given to them in writing so they can review it. Don't do anything over the telephone on an impulse. You might regret it. Secondly, ask a financial professional if this seems legitimate or not. Getting something as silly as getting a phone call from somebody impersonating a family member that you own, you know their voice, you could call them back, you could ask them important questions like, what nickname do I use for you, to just tease out, is this person legitimate or not? I also think that having a trusted contact for your financial accounts is a really, really good practice. A trusted contact is somebody that your financial advisor can contact if they suspect that you might be a victim of financial abuse or being unduly persuaded by some person in your life. It's just another layer of protection for you. And if the advisor's on the lookout and you are on the lookout, the chances go way, way down of you being a victim of fraud.
All right. Great advice as always. We appreciate the insight, Andrew. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.